Hello, cat family. Welcome to my live. I am about to take my Portuguese lessons, although it's been a while, and by a while I mean it's been years. Well, you know how adult life is, having busy schedules and all that. So it's been a while since I took it, and I'm one person who's always consistent with things, but I haven't been consistent with this Portuguese lesson. So I want to resume now, and I want to try to be consistent. So the story behind me learning how to speak Portuguese, someone very close to me is like half Portuguese. I'm not gonna mention the country, but they're half Portuguese, so I took an interest in learning how to speak Portuguese. And also it's just an interesting language to learn, apart from other languages that I like. Yeah, like French. I also wanna learn French, although I once took it in primary. But that was just for a short time, so I wouldn't even say I'm an expert in that field. So I also want to take French and Spanish. Spanish is a sexy language. Yeah, so let's start. This is the app I usually use. This app is Duolingo. I've also used once. What's that app called? Should be, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I've forgotten whether that's the name actually, but it's called Busa, something like that. I've forgotten. Yeah, but I prefer this one. But even the other one is okay. But I'm now using Duolingo. Yeah. So now it's asking me to select the correct translation for the word cat. So what I remember from my lesson is that a cat is a gato. I'm still trying to get the accent part of Portuguese because sometimes I don't usually get the accent. Most of the times when you're speaking a language, you need to have the accent because all languages have accents. So, uh, cat, correct translation for cat, from what I remember, is gato. I don't know if you guys can see. So it's telling me to select among these three. So there is barro, gato, and jaho. I remember gato, so I'm gonna select gato. And it's saying gato. See, I'm saying gato, but it's actually gato. So I've selected gato. Let's see if it's correct. Check. Correct. So gato. I'm gonna pronounce again. Okay. Next. Não, eu não moro muito longe. Now, eu não moro muito longe. Okay. Asking me to translate this sentence. So from muto, I remember muto is small. Longe, I think it's a lounge, if I'm not mistaken. Is I am. Now. Não, eu não moro muito longe. Now, no more muito longe. Okay, let me translate. Um, so now is no. So it's giving me words here so that I can construct a sentence. So it's saying now. Não moro muito longe. Não, eu não moro muito longe. Não moro muito longe. Não, eu não moro. Now, não moro muito longe. Okay, so now is no. So I'm gonna select no. Then I remember is I am. So no, I am. More. I don't remember what it is. So I'm just gonna guess. No, I am. Far away. No, I am not. Okay. No, I am not. No, I am not far away. Okay, so I got it wrong. Longe actually means it's saying no, I do not live very far. Got it right. But anyways, so now, uno now more muto longe. So what I have learned from when I'm trying to learn a new language is have to, I don't want to say memorize, because if you're trying to learn something, you need to understand it. So when words are being presented to me like that, I ensure I understand, like, okay, this word means this. So the next time a sentence is presented to me, I would remember, like the way I remember now and now and muto. I remember muto means small. Yeah, so now I'm trying. So now, so it's telling me more means leave, very far. So now, un, now, un now more muito longe. Não, eu não moro muito longe. Longe. Now, uno, uno now. Why is it that when you're trying to learn a new language, like you speak so aggressively? I bet a Portuguese would run away from me. Like, yo, take it easy. Like, just speak cool. Just be cool about it. So now, uno now more muito longe. And usually when you take long, like to answer the question, the bear like gets frustrated. I don't know if you guys can see it shaking its head. Chill, dude. Be patient with me. Can you guys see like the facial expression it's giving me? Be patient with me, dude. Okay. Não, moro muito longe. Now, o não now. Não, eu não moro muito longe. More. Now, o não moro muito longe. So it means no, I do not live very far. Noted. So okay, I've gotten it. Okay, and now it's asking me to translate neighborhood in Portuguese. This is a new word to me, so I'll have to guess because this is a new word to me. I don't remember learning neighborhood. So let me try. So it's showing me the options there, and I have to pick one. And I'm trying to guess. So the previous sentence was saying very I don't live very far. So neighborhood and longe was there. Longe. Let's try longe. Since it's not far, meaning it's in the neighborhood, right? So I'm gonna go with longe. 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 Let's try and see if it's gonna be correct. No, it's wrong. Damn it. So it's saying the correct one is barro. I don't know how to pronounce that. Eu tenho uma casa. You tenho uma casa. So I remember casa is a house. So they say sukasa. So does that mean that that phrase or term Sukasa is Portuguese what? Or what? I remember, yeah, anyway, I remember casa is a house. So, you tenho uma casa. Eu casa. Eu tenho uma casa. You te uma casa. So, you is I am, from what I remember from my lessons. You is I am. Ten is have, from what I remember from my lesson. And uma casa. Uma is my, from what I remember, and casa is house. So I'm now gonna construct the sentence. Can you guys see the words there? I'm gonna construct the sentence using the words. So I'm gonna go with um I have a house. Oh, so uma can mean a or an. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with I have a house. Let's see if it's correct. Let's get that pronunciation again. So we should be pronouncing the word right, right? So un, un tem uma casa. Eu tenho uma casa. Eu tenho uma casa. You te uma casa. Tenho uma casa. Eu tenho uma casa. Eu tenho uma casa. You te uma casa. So I have gone with I have a house because that's what I remember. Let's see if it's correct. So I'm gonna press it. It's correct. So you te uma casa. So you means I am, and te means has or have, and uma means a or an, and casa, su casa. Casa is a house. So I have a house. I'm putting it right. Yay! The last time I remember taking these Portuguese lessons were in 2022. You can imagine how inconsistent of me, but I'll try to be as consistent as I can. It's just that the schedule's you, but I'll try. Like when I'm off, I'll always be taking a lesson or whilst I'm cooking because that's what I usually used to do. Sorry, like when I'm cooking, I'll be taking the lessons. If I never had time like to take the lessons, select the correct translation for street. That's what it's asking me to do, and the three words there lined up, so I have to pick one. I don't remember what street is. Oh, I don't remember coming across what street is. So I'm just gonna guess from these. I'm usually a good guesser, but me not knowing the language, it's very tricky like to guess. So street. Frio is fish. Frio is fish. Let me go with this one. December. Wrong. It's Rua, whatever. It's okay. So street is Rua. Got it. Got it. Rua. Rua is street. Depends on that wasn't going through. Okay. So it's brought me this tap the matching pairs. So there's tea, there's high, there's great, there's coffee, there's buy. So I have to match these with the words in Portuguese. So I remember tea is cha. So I'm gonna go with tea and cha. So cha is tea, guys. Cha. It's just cha. I guess that's easier than saying chai. I think chai is tea in another language. I don't know if it's Indian, but Portuguese is cha. Okay, tea is cha. I've got it right. Then the next one is hi. Of this video, I should have greeted you guys in Portuguese because I know what hi is. It's hola or oi. So I'm gonna go so hi. Then I'm gonna match it with oi. Oi. I got it right. Oi. Then great. Now I'll end up knowing what great is, even though I didn't know what it was at first because of these two. I know what these two are. I know buy is chow, so I'll immediately match buy with chow. Yeah, but then right then coffee with cafe, then great with Otimo. Otimo. So now I'll need to study that. I usually don't memorize, like I said, whilst I'm learning. I study it because memorizing and studying is different. Memorizing, if you memorize something, you have to think hard, like what was it? What was it? But if you study, it will stick in your head and you'll be like, oh yeah. So let me study this one. So great is saying it's ótimo. So how the difference again between studying and memorizing is that when you see something, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is this. And when you memorize, if you see that thing, you start wondering, like, what's that? You need to memorize. So I don't advise memorizing. Because what I noticed is while I'm learning the Portuguese, which what I noticed is sometimes it would bring as like a word or a sentence in English, and then it would ask me to type. So now, since you don't have any options to choose from, that's why it becomes tricky. So I prefer just studying and understanding the word. So I, when it comes, I'll be like, oh, it was that one. But forgetting is also normal. Okay. So I'm still trying to let it sink in because to sink in. So great. Otimo. Okay. Otimo. Select the correct translation for thanks. This one I remember. Before I even look at the screen, so thanks I remember is obrigado and thank you is obrigada. So yeah, and there it is, obrigado. It's on top there. And everything else, cha is T, O, and there's obrigado. So obrigado is thanks and obrigada is thank you. I remember that. Oh, even though it's been a while, I applaud myself. So I'll go with obrigado. Obrigado. I also want to learn on pronouncing because me looking at the word, I'll just go like obrigado, but it's actually obrigado. Okay. Obrigado. Obrigado. Obrigado means thanks, and obrigada means thank you. I've gotten it. Okay. Msha, com, ushakam, asuka. I don't know what asuka is. Um, ushakam, ushakwa, suka, ushakwa, suka. Okay, so I'm just gonna guess because I don't know what shukwa is. Shukwa. I don't know what shukwa is, but I know what the other words are. So I'm just gonna try to guess. It's asking me to translate the sentence in English. The words down there, so I'll have to pick. So is I am. I mean is a, like a or an. So sha, there's T there. So let me see. What can shuka be? Yo, it was right there in my face. Like that. Okay, now it's giving me an idea because there's T in the sentence. Sha is T. So oshaka shuka. So tea with sugar. Should I go tea with sugar? Let me go tea with sugar. I think I'll get it for tea with sugar. Makes sense. The sentence tea with sugar. Um Chá caçuca.
Um chá com açúcar.
O chá caçuca.
Um. Açúcar.
O chá caçuca. So, um,
Um.
okay, let me try to construct. Although the sentence will need to make sense, because the sentence is not making sense to me in English, but I know what it's asking there. A tea with sugar. Let me try. A tea ushakasuka.
Um chá com açúcar.
Ushakwasuka.
Chá com açúcar.
Ukash, ushaka, ushakwasuka.
Um. Um chá com açúcar.
Ushakwasuka. So I'm going with a tea with sugar. But I wanted to put tea with sugar. So I don't know if I'll get it correct because I've put A. Let me try. Very correct. But it doesn't sound right in English. Anyways, no, I think it is correct. Like when people usually say, I want a tea or a coffee. Okay, it makes sense. I want a coffee without sugar or a coffee with sugar. Okay, makes sense. A tea with sugar. Ushakwa. Now let me study the sugar in Portuguese because sometimes they ask you to spell and I don't want to forget that. Okay, got it. I think I got it. Okay, next. Select the correct translation for and. So there's the first option there is cafe. I know what cafe is coffee. Then air is and obrigado is thanks. So the first and the last word isn't it? So it's e. So and in Portuguese is e from what I remember. E. So I'll go with that. E. Okay.
Obrigado.
Obrigado means thanks. Yeah, so sometimes this is the way the lesson comes. Like it just sends an audio, then I have to pick the word. So obrigado means thanks, and obrigado is right there. It's here. I'm gonna select it.
Obrigado.
Yeah. It's saying select the correct translation for ice cream. I don't know, but I'll have to guess. But it's made it easy for me because the options it's giving me, I know that oil is high. Oil means high. Agua is water. So it's definitely before I get the translation, let me try to guess. Solvete. Let me see if I get the translation right.
Sorvete. Sorvete.
Solvete. The fact that most of us Africans don't have like the R in the word, like when you're pronouncing something sometimes, well, depending on your background. But for me, it's uh it's very rare that you would hear an R in the word that I'm pronouncing. For example, if I'm saying word, okay, the R is there, you heard it, right? But mostly we Africans would say wait. So this sorbet, it's making me want to swallow my tongue because it wants it they're pronouncing the R in the word and I'm failing to like say it properly. Sorbet sounds so heavy. You hear that?
Sorvete.
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 Sor. Oh, she's saying sorrow, not sore. So sorvete. Okay, that makes it easier because the sor is just too much for me. I'll end up swallowing my tongue. So sorvete.
Sorvete. Sorvete.
Yeah, she's saying sorrow. Sorvete. So ice cream is sorvete. Okay. Sorvete. Interesting.
Sorvete.
Or sorrow.
Sorvete. Sorvete.
Sorvete.
Sorvete.
Sorvete is ice cream. Okay, noted. Next.
Você quer um chá ou um café?
Huh?
Você quer um chá ou um café?
So I know você is. I know você is you. You. Você. Now the car. Oh. So there's tea there. I'm seeing tea and I'm seeing coffee. It's saying você. Then the one I'm not familiar with is the car, however you pronounce it. So there's você, which means you. There's arm, which means a or an. Then there is sha, which is tea. Then there is we, which is we. Then there is cafe, which is coffee. So the one I'm not familiar with is that one. So I'll need to guess what's constructing the sentence. So
Você quer um chá ou um café?
você quer chá, café. Oh, that's actually a question. Like, do you? I think it means do you want tea or coffee? Você quer, você quer, você quer chá, café? If it was my first time in a Portuguese speaking country, they would know that this girl, she's not one of us. Just by the pronunciation. Você, você quer chá ou café? The words when just sounds heavy. They sound heavy in my mouth. I sound like I want to beat you, but I'm actually asking you as a waitress, do you want tea or coffee? And I'm like, você quer chá ou café?
Você quer um chá ou um café?
Você quer chá ou café? Okay, so I think I get what she means because it's a she. She's actually asking me to translate. So I'm gonna type now. I'm gonna choose from these words. I see if I've gotten it right. What I think it is. Do you want tea or coffee? That's what I'm going for. That's what I think. So I'm gonna go and press next and see if it's correct. It is. Let me get the pronunciation once more.
Você quer um chá ou um café? Você quer um chá ou um café?
Você quer. So quer is want. Você quer chá ou café? Do you want? So what I've noticed also the tricky part about translating from a certain language to English, you don't translate word for word. You actually need to understand the sentence in order for you to translate. Because if I had to translate like directly, like if I had to translate according to the way the words are outlined, this would have been you want a tea or a coffee. That's the direct translation. But you know, when you are asking a question in English, like written English, maybe spoken English, you would ask that way. You have to construct the words correctly, right? So you have to go with do you, not you want. Like, do you want, but the direct translation here is you want a coffee or you want a tea or a coffee. That's what it's saying. Direct translation. Yeah. So in case you decide to take up a new language, please put that in mind. You have to understand in order for you to translate. You just don't look at the words and you translate, like you do a direct translation. So understand the sentence first. So do you want tea or coffee? Let's go to the next one.
Sorvete, por favor. Sorvete, por favor.
So it's brought me an audio. Then it wants me to pick the words there and construct a sentence. So I gotta listen now and construct. Oh, it's actually in Portuguese. The words are in Portuguese. So it wants me to pick the words in Portuguese.
Sorvete, por favor.
Oh, sorbet. Sorbet is ice cream. Do you remember, guys? So, ah, por favor. Por favor is no. Oh, I remember. It's please. It's please and thank you. And it also can mean a favor and all that. So it's saying, okay, let me put it in slow motion.
Sorvete, por favor.
O sorvete. So the words are here. So let me play for you guys.
Sorvete, por favor.
Then if it's too fast, there is this tortoise sign, symbol like. Can't see. I can't see because I'm looking at the camera. Let me look here.
Sorvete, por favor.
Por favor, I remember is please and thank you. So it's saying, um, may I have some ice cream, please? So I'm gonna select because it's saying sorvete
Sorvete, por
favor.
favor.
Okay, so I selected sorvete is here. It's ice cream.
Sorvete.
Por favor. So, by the way, por favor, the way I hear the favor, it's actually spelled as favor. So it's easy. So por
Por
favor.
favor.
Yeah, I think I've selected everything. Noisy people. Okay. So I've selected the words as I have heard from the audio. I'm confident that I've selected the correct ones because these ones I'm very familiar with. The and por favor. So this word says, may I have some ice cream, please? Let me play it again just in case I missed out a word.
Sorvete, por favor.
What I've also learned, like when you're typing down the words, play the audio again so that you see if you have all the words on there. So,
Sorvete,
sorvete,
por
por favor.
favor.
Okay, let's see if we've got it correct. We have, guys, when I become a pro in this language, you are gonna suffer. Like, I'm even going to be doing it on purpose. Like, when you're speaking English and then you just divert into another language, just on purpose. Then someone will be like, huh? And I'll be like, oh, my mistake. Obrigado. No, that's not obrigado, it's thanks. Speaking of sorry. I've forgotten what sorry is in Portuguese. Shame on me. Let me try to remember. No, it's gone. Yeah, I'll just be like, my mistake. Ugh, my tongue is all over the place. Anyways, let's go to the next.
Café ou chá?
O café ou chá. It's brought me this. It's saying
Café ou chá?
o café chá. So it's brought words in English and it wants me to translate from Portuguese to English, which I already understand. So proud of you, girl. So means a or an. So first of all, let me read the word so I understand. A coffee or a tea. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna select a coffee or a chá. Where is tea? Oh, tea. There it is. O café or chá.
Café ou chá?
I feel like cafe is easy to remember that it's coffee because cafe sells coffee, right? And tea, but cafe sounds more of coffee than tea. Café or chá. And something else I have learned whilst learning this language, like just don't get excited whilst learning. You're like, oh yeah, I got the words right. Because sometimes it just brings an audio like I showed you before, and then it's gonna ask me like to type out the words, not to pick from options, but to type them out. So if I don't remember, I might end up typing in my own local language, which is not a good thing. So I always ensure I pay attention. I'm like, oh, that's the way the cafe is spelled. So that if it comes and I'm required to type, it will be easy, okay? So cafe or chá. Got it. So I've put a coffee or a tea. Let's see if we'll get it correct. Very correct. Let's go to the next one.
Oi.
It's easy, guys. When a 3-year-old, like it means hi. So oi or hola. So as I'm learning, guys, I'll also be teaching you one or two things in case you're not familiar with the language. So
Oi.
oi means hi, and it's written in Portuguese, so it wants me to pick the word that is pronouncing. So oi is here.
Oi.
I've picked it and just submit and see if we've got it correct. Thank you. Okay, so I've completed that lesson and it's showing that it took 22 minutes. Okay, I'll get better with it with time. 22 minutes, 100%. Because the face is giving me. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but it's like proud of me. Like, you bash. Yeah, anyways. Go to the next one. 3 p.m. already. So let's take the next and last one, okay? I'll bring you along again maybe tomorrow. Not maybe, tomorrow. Or maybe, anyway. Let's not make I don't know what to pick. So it's giving me a streak. The goodness about this app is it sends you reminders. Like it reminds you. You know how it is when in life, like if you're not pushing yourself and there's someone pushing you, like, yo, why not doing this? Why have you stopped doing this? Can you do this? So that's what it does. It sends me, so it's given me a streak to see how consistent I'll be. It's given me a 7 day streak. So today is Monday. So it's gonna be reminding me tomorrow if I don't do anything to see my consistency. So it's given me options to choose whether I'll go with 7 days, 14, 30, or 50 days. Let me just put 50 because I'm trying to be consistent, okay? So I'm gonna put 50, 50 days. I don't go low. I always aim high. So I'm gonna go with 50. And that's what voice sound familiar. Okay, let's brought me a matching pair again. So matching pair, it basically just puts words in English and I'm seeing myself through the camera, so I'm pointing opposites. English is this side. It gives you words in English and Portuguese, then you match them. So the words in English, there's no, there's you, there's daughter, there is juice and sister. So I know no, no is now. So let me match. No is now. Now,
No.
no. So it's no, it's just no, now. No. Then I wait, wait, wait. I mean, these are already paired because, anyways, these are already paired because everything I'm seeing here is what I'm remembering in Portuguese. You is here, it's você. You is você.
Você.
Você. Você. Okay, você, not você. Você. Daughter, I don't remember. Juice, I do remember. It's suko and it's already paired here. I don't know why they put them like this. I think they're trying to trick me to see if I remember or something.
Suco.
Suko. Then sister, I remember sister being, no, I remember, I think which one do I remember? Is it daughter or sister? I think I remember daughter being feel her. This one here. Let me try, but okay, so daughter and feel her.
Filha.
Philia. Yes. They were trying to trick me. Yeah, so I remember daughter as being, even though it's disappeared, I wanted to remember the pronunciation again. Philia. Daughter is philia. This one down here. So the only one that they jumbled is daughter. The rest were well outlined. Then it's saying sister. This one is the last one. So sister is what?
Irmã.
Imar. Let me let that sink in because it doesn't even look anything like your sister. Really. If you're trying to learn a new language, if for example like the words in Portuguese, if there was some likeness, like for example sister, like the way French is, not always in French, just some. For example, maybe sister, maybe it would have been like sister. That would have been easier. But look at what sister is in Portuguese. It's filia. How would you even remember that? How would you even remember filia? But I remembered anyway. Daughter is filia, not sister. Sorry, daughter is filia. Filia. Filha. No likeness. So you really, this is what I was trying to say. To say, don't memorize, but you really, really need to study it and you let it sink in. Um, like I also give you an example of woman. Is it women or woman? I hope I won't get it wrong. But woman is molia. It's not even close. You see, woman and molia, nothing close. Or maybe if woman in Portuguese the word started with F because of female, then you would remember. But molia is more of male. Nothing close. Anyways, get there. So I just want this one to sink in. The sister, the im, I, daughter. I remember Philia, but sister im. I'm trying to let it sink in. The spelling. Okay, let's go to the next. Then select correct translation for thanks. Sometimes I used to get irritated, like, why do you keep bringing the same things? I want to learn new things. But I understand why it brings the same things sometimes. So it sinks in. Like, you keep seeing the words and it sinks in. So, thanks, I remember, is obrigado. So, we are going to choose obrigado is here.
Obrigado.
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 It's brought it again, you see? But that's good. But this one it has sunk in. Obrigado sank in a long time ago. So again, it's brought obrigado.
Obrigado.
Obrigado is here. The goodness with some words also, they are pronounced the same way you're reading them. I don't know if you get what I mean. For example, let me give you an example of the white word has a different spelling and doesn't sound anything like what you're reading. Let me think of the word, I'll let you know. So obrigado, it looks as it sounds. It's obrigado. So this one, even when spelling it, if you're writing it, it's not difficult. So
Obrigado.
obrigado. Let's go to the next one. It's brought me ice cream. I remember it. Do you remember ice cream? Sorbet. Remember the pronunciation. Sorvete. I don't know if I've gotten the pronunciation correct, but let's remember and see.
Sorvete.
Sorvete. Chi, not che. Sorvete is ice cream. Okay.
Sorvete.
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 Sor, soro.
Sorvete.
Sorvete is ice cream. And sorvete here sounds like a serviette. So nothing close to ice cream. If I had, like how you make a mnemonic formula in order for you to remember something, you'd be like Serviette, but the serviette can't remind you of it can't remind you of ice cream. So I'll just need to let this one sink in. But I think I won't forget. Sorvete. Sorvete. Sorvete.
Sorvete.
Sorvete.
Obrigado.
Spread obrigado again, guys. Yo, I am past this
Obrigado.
word. Bring something else. Obrigado, okay? Uh, it's asking me to translate coffee in Portuguese. Do you guys remember coffee? I do. Café. Very easy. Café. Café. I'm trying to remember the pronunciation. That voice sounds familiar. I hope it's not what I think it is. Because. Uh, okay. Oh,
Café.
café. Okay, thank God I got it. Did I? I think so. Café. Café.
Obrigado.
It's word obrigado again. Obrigado. Okay. Let's select. Thanks. Obrigado. Thanks. There's even an exclamation mark here. Like, how do you say thank you whilst you're exclaiming? Obrigado. Thanks. Maybe if you're saying it from a distance, like, thanks. But still, anyway, thanks. Obrigado. It's brought sister. Do you guys remember what sister was? I've forgotten how it was pronounced, but it's here. The middle one. Ima. The first one is saying, this one, I'm trying to remember what this one means. The first one. I think I remember it being thank you. Anyway, let's go with the word I think is sister. It's this one in the middle.
Irmã.
Irma. Hmm. Irma. Oh, Irma.
Irmã.
Irma.
Irmã.
Irma. I'm trying to get the pronunciation because I did get a test once where I had to pronounce, like I sent an audio. So I'm also trying to let the pronunciation sink in because when you're reading something, you just read it as you are saying, like Ima. But in other languages, I'm sure also, but with this one that I've been taking, the language Portuguese, you need to get the pronunciation right. Because what I noticed is there were some words that were similar, and if you pronounce it differently, you would have said something else. Now imagine if Irma also means maybe an insult in Portuguese. Let me see.
Irmã.
Irma. Okay, I've gotten it. We've gotten it. Let's go to the next. Look at the brain has popped out of the head. So it's trying to tell me that I'm what? I'm a genius. I love that my expressions it brings. I don't know if it's clear to you guys, but it brought like a face, then the brain popped out like, "Pah," and it has a surprised face. Yeah, we're getting there anyway. And I completed it in 10 minutes. That's good progress. Okay, because the first one I did it in 22 minutes. So now, since I'm getting familiar with the words, 10 minutes is good progress. Me up. The brain also has like surprised eyes, and then, yeah, my connection is unstable. Bye. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Introducing the Radiant Online lay-by service.
I am at the top six. I'm number six amongst 18 people. I'm the sixth one. And I want to be there. I know I'm not an expert yet, but these guys are also learners. So I think it would make sense for me to be number one. So I want to be there. I want to be at the top. So it's brought me this lesson and it's saying make less than three mistakes to pass this challenge. Good luck. Let's try that. Let's not try. Let's do this. Mm. I like the correct translation for calm, calm, calm. How do you pronounce calm? Do you pronounce it as calm or calm? Stay calm, stay calm. So it's asking me to translate calm, but I prefer pronouncing it as calm, honestly. Anyway, I use the words interchangeably. Potato, potato. Mm, nothing. I can't even see any likeness to the word calm. Remember what I was saying? So this is the first time I'm coming across this word and me being asked to translate in Portuguese. So now I'm just trying to guess, but I can't guess because there's no likeness to the words that have been listed there. So the first word doesn't look like it because sounds more like apartment because it's written apartamento. So we'll cancel that one out. Then the next one, this one, the second one says I don't tranquilo, which sort of looks like tranquilizer. So maybe that could be calm. Let's try that one.
Tranquilo.
It's saying tranquilo,
Tranquilo.
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 Let's try tranquilo. I'm just guessing because I don't know. I'm gonna write. Well, like I said, I went with this one because it sort of sounded like tranquilizer. So okay. So calm is tranquilo. Got it.
Ele está no meu apartamento.
And by the way these lessons, sorry, not lessons, the way these lessons usually are is this way. They just bring you new words. They don't get to tell you like this word is this in English. They just bring you new words like that, and then they expect you to like guess. So now I'm just working with guesses. With although this one, like I said before, it's written apartamento. I think it's apartment. So ele esta no. The other words I know. Some words I know.
Ele está no meu apartamento.
Ele está no.
Ele está no meu apartamento.
Ele está no meu.
Ele está no meu apartamento.
Ele está no meu apartamento. I know Ili is he. Ili is he, like a man. And I know Ella is a woman. So the way words are in Portuguese, woman is usually the opposite of man. So Eli, Ella. Ella woman, Ili man. Then Mulia and Muha. I don't know. Yeah, it should be, if I've forgotten the pronunciation, but man should be Muha. No. Woman Mulia, then man. Forgot. Something like Mu something. Okay, so let's try to construct the word. It's saying Ili está meu apartamento. From that apartamento, even if you don't know it, I just think it's apartment. So I'll go with he is. Here are the words. I don't know if you guys can see them. He is. He. Let's try. He is in my apartment. Ele está no meu apartamento.
Ele está no meu apartamento.
Ele está no, ele está no meu apartamento.
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 He is in my apartment. Not selecting next yet because I'm trying to let the words sink in. Like the istano. I know the ili and mu. Mu means my and ili means he. So in case these words come up again, I want to be able to remember. So I'm trying to let them sink. Istano, ili istano mu apartment. Okay, so I've typed in he's in my apartment. Let's try that. See. Yep, correct. He's in my apartment. Okay. Apartamento at least it's easy because it's close to English. So that I will remember. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Streets. Remember we had street before? Do you remember what it was? I remember it as rua. So I'll go.
Rua. Rua.
It's actually saying rua. I read it as rua. Wow. Rua. Rua.
Rua. Rua.
Rua. So street guys is rua. It's written R-U-A. I was reading the rua by saying rua. Okay?
Eu moro longe.
Sim. O more longe. Sim means yes. I remember. O means I am. Longe. Remember, guys, when we started longe, longe was saying far. Okay, let me try to construct. So the words here in English, and I have to pick according to what I think she's saying here and type it in English. So yes, live far. Yes, I live far. Yes, I live far. Yes, I live far. So it's more live. Okay. So I've typed yes, I live far, and it's saying sim é more longe.
Eu moro longe.
Sim é more longe.
Sim, eu moro longe.
Sim é more longe. I'm trying to let it sink in. Sim, I know. Oh, I know. So these two words are not familiar to me. So I'm trying to let it sink in. But I think it has because I came across them at the beginning of the lesson. More longe. Okay, yes, I live far. Okay, let's try to see if I've gotten it correct. I have. Okay. Sim, sim, moro longe. Yes, I live far. Okay. I live alone in my house. Translate this sentence. I live alone in my house to Portuguese. The Portuguese words there. Whew. I live alone in my house. Okay. So the only word I don't know what it is in Portuguese is alone. So what's gonna help me to construct the word is by coming up with the words I already know. So like I is U. So I'm gonna put the U
Eu.
or L. Look at that. It's L. It's not
Eu.
the U.
Eu.
Okay, L. Then leave is moro, as we remember from the previous lesson.
Moro.
Moro. In my house. So house is casa. Now in my umoro, in my. I might get this one wrong because I don't know what to put as in my head. Oh, I mean alone. Il moro. Which word can be alone here? One, two. Let me try to guess. Um, it can't be this one. But it has to be a singular, not plural. In Portuguese, also, from the start of my lessons, I remember there was plural and singular. Um, so I can tell some words here are in plural. So since it's saying alone, let me try. Let me just try to guess here. I'll go with this one. Morai. Now morai sounds like morale, so I don't know if it would mean alone. Then there is morai, moraris. That one is plural of morai. So that's what I mean. It's like there's morai and moraris, which is plural, singular and plural. So we have to go with singular, not plural. I just don't know which one it will be here. Casa. You more. Okay, let me try. So I have put these four words. I don't know if it's going to make up the sentence I'm being asked to translate. Let's try. Wrong. What's correct? You moro son. Alone is sonzo na miha casa. That was a tricky one because I don't know what alone is in Portuguese. So now I've learned. So it's saying alone is sonzo. I wish it could read this to me so I know how it's pronounced because it's not reading to me. It's just showing me what the correct thing is. So you moro sonzo na miha casa. The only word I don't know how to pronounce here is the alone, the sonzo. I don't know if it's sonzo, if that's how it's pronounced, but the rest of the words I know. Yo moro na miha casa. Trying to let the sonzo words sink in my head because it's new to me. Sonzo. It's not even there's no likeness, this sonzo to alone. So I'm trying to let it sink in so that when I come across it I'll be able to remember like, oh, sonzo means alone. Because there's no likeness to it. At least maybe if it brought something like solidary. And this sonzo. Okay, anyways. Sonzo. Okay. I think it has sunk in now.
O gato está no jardim.
It's getting harder and harder. I don't know what judging is, but let's get to know. So it's saying Ugato está no judging. So Ugato I know is a cat. Like the cat is in the judging. Now judging is what I don't know. So I'll try to guess from here. These words down here in English. So gato, ugato is a cat.
O gato está no jardim.
Why saying gato now? Because I first was saying gato. I think it also depends with what is it you're talking about because all along it's been pronouncing gato as gato. Now it's saying gato. O gato.
O gato está no jardim.
O gato está no jardim. Okay. So I know U is there, so I'm gonna put there. There. Gato, the cat. Esta no is. Esta is and no is in. So amongst the words remaining here, there is garden and parks. So I don't know what judging is. And judging is not sounding anything. It doesn't sound anything like garden or a park, so I don't know. I'll just have to guess on this one. So the cat is in the. What would be a cat be doing in the park? Is it a stray cat? So I'll go for garden. It only makes sense. Like your cat is in the garden, in your garden, at least it's within the yard. So I'll try garden. Let me go with garden. And let's see if I'll get it correct. Wrong. What have I done? The cat. There. I almost got it correct. So I just put the cat is in garden. Oh my god. But I almost got it correct. I just forgot to put they. The cat is in the garden. So judge him is garden. Okay. Look at the correct one. If you guys can see it written, the cat is in the garden. And I wrote the cat is in garden. And this is what usually happens when in school. Like you'll be too excited, especially if you know what the answer is. And you're like, I know the answer. And then you write it quickly and you find you forgot one word, especially English. Those that remember taking English in high school. When you're constructing a word, or even when you're writing composition. So judging, I'm trying to let it sink. So the next time I see this word, I'll be like, I remember what judging is. I remember you judge him. I remember you judge him. So the saying judge him is garden in English. So the cat is in the garden. Judge him. O gato está no jardim. Let me see what she was saying again.
O gato está no jardim.
O gato está no. O gato está no jardim. Gato está no jardim. I'm also trying to let the spelling sink in. So the next time it comes, judging. Okay, got it, got it. Okay. Now it's brought this another new word, balcony, which I haven't come across ever since I started this lesson. So it's saying your balcony is big. How would I know what balcony is in Portuguese? Anyway, we're learning. That's what we're here to do. So your balcony is big. At least I know where your is. So your, where is it? It can't be this. Your garden is big. So is it? It should be ah.
Ah.
Now see what I was saying. Like when you see a word in a different language, most especially French, you would see a word and it would be close to an English word, and you would guess right away. You would be like, cherry. Like even if you don't know what it means, what even if you don't know what the direct translation is, at least you would know that okay, a cherry is a fruit and it's sweet. So even if you had to guess it wrong and say, maybe if someone asks you like cherry, like what does it mean? You'd be like, it's a cherry, it's a fruit. At least it's close to being sweet because cherry means sweet and sugar in French. So now here they're asking me to put the word balcony, and I can't see any word that would have any likeness in Portuguese. So now I have to guess. So there's grande here. No, grande. No, grande. No. This one, I think I know what it is. Look at me pontaling before I see how people feel. Look at me pontaling even before I read through the words because there's something here that is sort of close to something that I know that would be a balcony. It said veranda there. Veranda. Can you guys see? It's saying veranda. So I'll go with that one. A veranda. So it's saying your balcony is big. A veranda.
Varanda.
Grande is big. Look at God. So, mm, a veranda é grande.
Grande.
Grande. I hope I haven't mixed the two up because sometimes I mix up A and E. Let me see.
É. É. Grande.
E and A. I mix those ones up.
Grande.
So your balcony is big. I think. Okay, I've put the words. I hope I'll get them right. So I've put. Okay, so the camera is confusing me. So the A is this side. It's actually this side. So I've put a veranda a grande. So I'm familiar with a and grande. Grande. Grande means big. So that one I have no doubt about. But if I want to get it right, I feel like what would make me get it wrong is the R and the R and A that I've mixed up. I feel like I've switched them. If I haven't switched them, then I've got it incorrect. And I hope I've also gotten the veranda correct because you can be thinking, the one, but it's okay, let's try. It's wrong. I was supposed to put SUA. What the heck is SUA? A SUA veranda a grande. Your balcony is big. So I got everything correct except I didn't put the SUA. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. SUA or SUA. I don't know. But yeah, can you guys see? It's saying a SUA veranda a grande. Close. In winning, there's nothing like house close. Like you just need to get there. Okay, anyway. So now what does SUA even mean? Which word is SUA here in English? Your balcony is big. A sua veranda é grande. Um, okay, at least I got veranda correct. So veranda is balcony after all. Oh, not that I didn't know that, but the Portuguese word for veranda for balcony in English is veranda. Okay. Uh, translate the correct word for neighborhood in Portuguese. Do you guys remember? So it was, I remember Bairro. So I'm gonna put Bairro.
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 Bairro. Okay, correct. Okay.
Tem
Um,
3 parques?
hmm. Tinha três pacas.
Tem 3 parques?
Tinha três.
Tem 3 parques?
Tinha três pacas. Hmm. Okay, this one sounds familiar, even though I don't know what it is. But I feel like after seeing the words in English here, unless if there weren't any words here, then I would have been lost. But since they gave me options of words, the Pacas sounds like parks, so I'll go with parks. Team Tres Pacas? Are there parks? Are there parks? There are parks. I'll go with are there parks? Team Tres Pacas.
Tem 3 parques? Tem 3 parques? Tem
Team
3 parques?
Pacas. Team Tres Pacas? So I'll go with are there parks? I haven't come across that word Pacas, but since they gave me options, I feel like parks sound like Pacas. Let's try. Ooh. Are there three parks? Tres. Damn it. Look at me, I was too excited. Now I forgot there's three there. So I was supposed to put are three packs. How does that even make sense? So I had just put other packs. But tres is three, so are there three packs? Okay, got it. Beautiful. This one I think I remember. So there are three options there that I have to choose from. The other two, no, just one. One doesn't look familiar at all. But longe means far. Bonito is beautiful. How can I not get that? Imagine me not getting that after boasting that I'll get it. So I'm gonna go with bonito. 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 Let's try that. I hope I'll get it because I was feeling myself. Yay! So bonito is beautiful. Just look. Bonito means beautiful. Okay. Eu moro sozinho. E você? Sonzinho. You guys, do you guys remember Sonzinho? It was from the previous lesson we just took just a few minutes ago. Sonzinho. Do you guys remember? Sonzi. I remember it's alone. So it's saying you more Sonzi a você. Let me try to translate before I choose from the options. I live alone. And you? Yeah, that's what I think he's asking me to put. Eu moro sozinho. E você? You moro sons. I want to get what the pronunciation is for sonzinho. Eu moro sozinho. E você? Eu moro sozinho. E você? Eu moro sozinho. E você? Sozinho. Sozinho. Okay, let me put. So I live alone. And you? Sozinho. Okay. I live alone and you? Sozinho. Alone. You means I. Mor means live. Sozinho means alone. Means and. And você means you. So, okay. Moro sozinho. E você? Eu moro sozinho. E você? Okay. Done. Translate cat. Do you guys remember what cat is? Gato. So I'm gonna choose gato. Gato. It's on me. Okay, that one I can't even have it down. Eu moro com a minha família. Eu moro com minha família. I live with my family. That's what I think it is. Eu moro. Eu moro com a minha família. Eu moro com eu moro com minha família. Eu moro com a minha família. Eu moro com a minha família. Eu moro com minha família. So I'm gonna put I live with my family because that's what I'm getting from this. No doubt about it. I live with my family. Eu moro com minha família. Eu moro com a minha família. Okay. Yep, got it right. Translate this sentence. No, my city is big. No, my city is big. Do you guys remember what no is? It's no. So I'm gonna pick no. No. My city is big. My is all, but I can't see it here, so I have to. My city is big. No, the I'm talking about is I am. So my city is big. City is also a new word for me right now. I haven't ever come across it, so I'll have to guess from these words. Big is grandeur. Grandeur. Remember, guys? So now, grandeur. Grande. Now I have to guess which word is city here in Portuguese. So Miha is out because Miha means A. So I honestly go with Cidade because it sounds familiar to city. I mean, yeah, there's some sort of likeness Cidade to city. So I'll go with that one. I just hope I've constructed the word well. If I haven't, should I put Miha? My. Now, it's
Grande.
tricky now.
Minha.
My. Minha. Minha. Na a minha a grande. No, my city is big. Na a minha cidade. I think that's how I'm supposed to put it.
Cidade. Grande.
Hmm. It is tricky because I'm not sure if I should put minha and I'm not sure if I should put both, but I think I should put both because minha means my. Hey, okay, I'm gonna try. I'm learning, right? We're learning. So, no, my city is big. I've decided to go with na a minha cidade a grande. I think that's what it means. So let me try. I'm gonna submit. Shut up. We got it right, guys. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I see it now. I'm getting there. So a and minya usually go together when you're saying my. So na my city is big. Na minya na minya cidade a grande means no, my city is big. Yay! Okay, so I've learned a new word. I've now come across city, so I've now learned that cidade is city. Noted. Cidade. At least there's some likeness to city in English. If only words were all the words were like that, that would have been very easy to learn. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Está na sua casa?
Okay, so it's brought me an audio. Remember what I was saying, guys? It's brought me an audio, and there are no options at all. No words at all outlined at the bottom. I have to type here. So I have to listen to what she's saying and I have to type. Yo, 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 yo. So there's an audio there. If it's too fast, I have to press on the tortoise like symbol there and type. Oh my god, okay.
A Maria está na sua casa?
I'm Maria, a woman. Let me put it in slow motion so that I hear well.
A Maria está na sua casa?
You know if she's saying Maria, a name, or Muria as in a woman. Because a woman in Portuguese is Muria. Let me listen well because yo, I don't know if you guys can see how she's looking at me. Like you know when someone is excited for you to fail and they're like, that's what she's doing. So let me listen if that's Maria or Molia or Molia. Let me see.
A Maria
She said Maria. I think she said Maria.
na sua casa?
Okay, now let me type. I see if I'll get it.
A Maria
Maria
está na
is
sua casa?
na Asukasa. She's talking about the house. Now the word before casa. What did she say? Oh, is she saying sugar? Wait. Okay, so let's play that again in slow mo.
A Maria está na sua casa?
Sua casa. She's not talking about the house. She's talking about sugar. Is she talking about Maria or Moria? This woman is sweet. Hmm. That doesn't sort of make sense. But again, Maria, if we use the name Maria. Okay.
A Maria está na sua casa?
I've gotten it. Sua casa. So wait. Um Estana. I'm trying to see if Estana should have space. Um, let me see if she said Maria or woman Modia. But I think she would have said Modia. Let me see.
A Maria está na sua, casa.
So I've typed here, guys, and I'm still trying to listen in to see if she's saying the name Maria, because I'm hearing two things like Maria and Muria. Muria as in woman. Let's see.
A Maria está na sua casa.
Now I'm hearing different things here. Let me pay attention, like attention.
A Maria está na sua casa.
No, no, but that's more. Uh, like trying to think of a sensible sentence that will make sense in my head. Then I type it because what I've typed here is not making sense. Except the last part of the sentence makes sense. The first part I have to pay attention to. Okay.
A Maria está na sua casa. Maria está na sua casa. A Maria está na sua casa.
Again, it sounds like I live alone in my house. Because it's, but live. I mean, no, alone is songs up. So no, it's not alone. Um,
Maria
Maria.
está na sua casa.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna type what I am hearing. So this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Maria está no sua casa. But I'm trying to read what I've typed. The sentence is not sort of making sense. The woman, if it's woman, the woman. Okay, let's go with what I've typed. I'm going to press submit and see what I've gone wrong. Wrong. I got it correct, except I typed NO instead of NA. Damn, that was close. I had right and I actually typed guys, if you can see, if you can compare. So it's written Maria Estana, but I typed no Suakasa. Okay, that's close, but I don't work with close. Maria na Suakasa. Close, guys. Close. And the badness with typing in these lessons is if you miss out something like, because this is a question, let's put a question mark, I only put a full stop. That also sometimes takes it wrong. Okay. The house has a garage. Translate this sentence. The house has a garage into Portuguese. Okay, so there I know is a, so I'm going to put a.
A
House is casa, so I'm gonna put casa. Casa
casa.
has. I remember has is tem. This one here, tem. So
Morasse.
no, this one
Mora. Tem.
tem. Casa tem. I don't know what garage is in Portuguese, but I feel like it's this one here, which is you can garage him. That's the only thing that would make sense. So
Garagem.
okay. So a casa tem uma garagem. I'm gonna go with what I've typed. So it's saying the house has a garage, and I have typed the house a casa tem uma garagem. So I'll go with that. Okay, let's see if it's correct. I'm gonna submit. It's correct. So I've just found out that garagem is garage. What? Okay, so a casa tem uma garagem. The house has a garage. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
Another thing to type. So it's brought an audio and it wants me to type here. Okay, so let's listen to the audio.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
That's too fast, so I'm gonna click on the tortoise like symbol here.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
Apartamento.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
No. Easy.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
Just let me type what I'm hearing. Pequeno. So I've heard apartamento. Let me type apartamento.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
Pequeno. It's not ringing a bell. The pequeno. Pequeno. Easy. Easy.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
You know what? I'm just gonna try, but some words are not sounding familiar, like something I've come across. So I'm just gonna type EC.
Esse apartamento é pequeno.
Pequeno. Okay, I've typed, and I know I won't get it right, but I'll get a correction. Exactly. Like I haven't come across this, so I didn't even know what that was. So EC, apartamento I know, A I know, pequeno. What's pequeno? So I said pequeno. EC, apartamento e pequeno. I don't know what pequeno is. So okay, it's brought matching pairs. I have to match words in Portuguese and English. So there is or. In Portuguese, I know is o. So or is here and o is here. I know it's o. Yep, correct. Then the next one is T. T I know is cha. So I'm gonna select cha. Then thanks I know is obrigado. Obrigado. So I'm gonna select thanks and obrigado. Water I know is agua. So water and select agua. Hi is oi. So oi. Those ones I'm very familiar with. Okay. Ice cream. Do you guys remember from the beginning of our lesson what ice cream is in Portuguese? Sorab Soravici. Soravici. I'm gonna select the three words that I have to pick the correct one. There's Soravici, Oi, and Pau. So
Sorvete.
Soravici. Ice cream. Let's see if we've got it incorrect. Yeah, okay, thank God. Okay.
Café com leite.
Okay. An audio and I have to type out the word. So what are you saying?
Café com leite.
O café, too fast.
Café com leite.
Wow. O café, o leite. So wait. Leite, 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 leite. I know what leite is, but I remember o café, o leite. But cafe is coffee, so it's asking, do you want coffee or leite? Leite, 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 leite. Okay, so o café, let me type. Okay.
Café ou leite.
It's supposed to be com, not o. So o café com leite. Leite, the word leite is gone.
Oi, eu quero água com gelo.
Oi, o quero água com gelo. Oi, so it's saying hi. Oi is hi that I know. When I select hi, you is I am, so or I. Hi, I quero agua. Agua is water, so I what? I want water. I want water with ice. It only makes sense to put ice because the other words are not gel. Coffee is in thanks and wood, so I'll go with ice. Hi, I want water with ice. Let's try that. So gel is ice.
Oi, eu quero água com gelo.
Gel.
Oi. Oi, eu quero água com gelo.
Eu quero água com gelo. Hi, I want water with ice. Okay.
Café com açúcar.
It's bringing a lot now in audio form. Then I type them out. O café, o again.
Café com açúcar.
Café, açúcar. Okay, sugar. So let me put it in slow mo.
Café com açúcar.
Okay. Café
Café
com açúcar.
açúcar.
Açúcar. Açúcar is sugar. So it's saying I. It's saying a coffee with sugar. Café com açúcar. So I'll go with that. Correct. A coffee with sugar. Okay. Café com açúcar.
Café com açúcar.
Café com açúcar. Sugar. Sugar, açúcar. Okay.
Sorvete e chá.
Sorvete é chá. So, so it's saying A, but there's no A here. So, so I'll just put, okay. Sorvete is ice cream, one ice cream, and one tea. Because that's what it's saying here. It's like sorvete é chá. Sorvete is ice cream, chá is tea.
Um
Yeah. umsha. So I'll put one ice cream and one tea. Let's see if we'll get it correct. Guys, guys. Instead of me putting ice cream, I put one cream. Damn it! That was close. So sorvete e chá. One ice cream and one tea. It's that.
Sorvete e chá.
Sorvete chá. So I left out the ice. One ice cream and one tea.
Pastel.
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 Pastel. So it's brought something in audio form and it wants me to type in, translate in. No, I'm not translating. I have to type it in Portuguese. So pastel. I think those are just two words. So I'm gonna select from here. Is here. And pastel is here.
Pastel.
Submit and see. Okay, correct. So it's saying pastel is pastry. At least it's close. It's close to the English word pastry, so you wouldn't really forget that. Pastel, pastry. Okay, I won't forget that. Pastel is at least close to the English word pastry. Let's go to the next.
Eu quero chá com açúcar.
Oi, quero chá com açúcar. Okay, so oi means hi from what I remember from my lessons. U means I. Kur, kur, oi, kur, current. So, and then is a. I mean, is a. Sha is T. With, kum is with, and asuka is sugar. Asuka also I feel is easy to remember because it's close to sugar, like suka, suka, sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna type it in. This is what I understand. I'm gonna type. It's saying oi iukuro umsha kum asuka.
Oi, eu quero chá com açúcar.
Okay, so I'm gonna type now. Hi, uh, I I want a tea with sugar. So let's submit and see if that's correct. I want a tea with sugar. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Pastel ou sanduíche?
Even though I don't know what sandwich is in Portuguese, I think sandwich is just sandwich. I think so. So earlier we learned pastel is pastry. So it's saying pastel or sanduíche. So it's saying a pastry or a sandwich. Ooh, I love pastry. I would go for pastry. So I'm gonna type now. A pastry, or a sandwich. I think that's what it's asking me to translate. So I'm gonna submit and see if I've got it incorrect. But first of all, let me let the spelling sandwich in Portuguese sink in. So the next time I come across it, I'll be able to remember or spell it out in case I'm asked to spell it out. Pastel, okay. Let's submit and see if we've got it correct. Correct, okay. A pastry or a sandwich. Pastel or sandwich.
Pastel ou sanduíche?
Sanduíche. Pastel ou sanduíche. Okay. Café or chá. That is easy. Coffee or a tea. Okay, so coffee or a tea. Correct. Let's go to the next one. Okay.
Café com leite.
Café com leite.
Café com leite.
Remember how I said I had forgotten what lychee is, guys? Now I remember it because it reminded me. It's milk. And the time when I first came across this word lychee, I told myself, I won't forget because lychee, what did I say it sounded like? I was like, I won't forget because lychee at least sounds like lactate, lactative, milky stuff. Okay, so lychee, I had forgotten that one. So cafe cum lychee, a coffee with milk. So we've got it incorrect. A coffee with milk, lychee. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Sorvete e chá.
Sorvete e chá. Remember our beginning, guys, of the lesson? Sorvete, I'm sure we haven't forgotten. It's ice cream. So it's saying sorvete e chá. So means means a or an or one. So since I don't have those options here, a and an, so I'm sure it's one. I'm gonna put one strawberry, so one ice cream. A means and. Strawberry, so and one ice cream and umusha. Remember, sha is tea, so one tea. One ice cream and one tea. Strawberry, sha.
Sorvete e chá.
Sorvete Portuguese, you have to speak fast. Because if I pronounce it, I'm pronouncing all the words in Portuguese. But if you listen to what it's saying, it's just like pronouncing three words at the same time. Listen to this. Sorvete chá. And listen to this.
Sorvete e chá.
It sounds like sorvete musha. But there are like five words here which I'm pronouncing. Sorvete chá. And it's just like sorvete chá. So does that mean when you're speaking Portuguese you have to speak fast? I do speak fast sometimes, but who guys? Okay. So let's try if it's correct. Correct. Okay. 13 minutes. Took me 13 minutes to complete this lesson. And I got 83%. I don't like that. I like 95 and above. Anyways, it was because of that one question that we go wrong at first. So thank you so much guys for watching. Please join me again tomorrow because I'm off of work again tomorrow. Join me tomorrow again as I take my Portuguese lessons. This time I want to be committed and consistent, even though my schedules are busy, but I just want to make time for it. Yeah, because I'm not the type who starts something and doesn't finish it. So please join me again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that you can listen to my story time when I'm telling my crazy, crazy stories. Yeah, and just subscribe to see the crazy side of me sometimes when I'm acting and all that. So thank you so much guys for watching. Like, share, comment. Are you learning a new language at all? If you are, please comment down below in the comments. What language are you learning and how is it going? As I had said when I started the Portuguese lessons, I was consistent and all that, but you know how adulthood is when you have too many things to juggle at the same time and you have to prioritize some things more than others. But I also want to make this a priority. Yeah. It's important to learn a new language. Sometimes people would ask you, like, why are you learning a new language? It's important because nowadays, if you've noticed, guys, when you're applying for work, there's always an advantage for Chinese speaker. And if you speak Chinese, it will be an advantage. So you may never know. Like if you're not, even if you're not qualified for a position, they might just tell you, oh, so you know Portuguese. You know what? We'll train you in this position. But since you know Portuguese, we'll train you in this position and you'll do fine. Yeah, so thank you so much guys for watching. See you on my next live stream or see you on my next story time. Please make sure to watch, like, subscribe, Support this sister. Okay, bye, guys. I had fun. I hope you did too and learned one or two words in Portuguese. Bye. Thank you for watching, guys.